He is racing for a championship. That is Joey Logano, our race winner. There, we will now also be taking questions for Joey. So if you have a question, raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. We will start here on the left.
Justin Schuler, Kicking the Tires. Joey, congratulations. A couple questions. Lightly, would you say it's safe to place a bet on you to make the championship 4 in 2024? Because I don't know if you realize this, but you.
I know. It's every other year. Well, I mean, at least we're in it in 22. I hope we're in it in 23. But it seems like it's been every other year here for the last, what's it, five years, 5 times. I guess that's an okay average. I wish it was every year. Maybe that's the greed in myself. But I think overall, yeah, it feels good to be able to get into victory lane and race for a championship when we get to Phoenix, for sure.
You started this year off with a win in the new car back at the Coliseum. So how do you feel your chances are? Do you feel this is one of your better years to go for a second championship compared to the other ones that you've been in?
I feel like we've had a good shot every year in all the races. I feel like we've done a great job as a team executing the playoffs and getting to the round of 8, now to the championship 4. We've done a good job getting there. Now it's just down to one race. And Phoenix is one of our best racetracks. It's one of Paul's best racetracks by history. And we'll hopefully bring a really fast Shell Pennzoil Mustang out there, and we got a few weeks to think about it, which is nice. We'll be able to focus in. I've lived this story before, winning at Martinsville, and being able to give yourself a bit of an advantage when you get to Phoenix, when that's all you care about and all you think about for the next couple of weeks, where everybody else is fighting, tooth and nail to get in. We're able to really focus in on the one race that counts for us now. So super proud of this race team and everybody to give me the opportunity as a driver to go out there and do my job. So it all worked out well.
We'll come up front here to Zach and then go to Jonathan.
Joey, Zach Sternila from NASCAR.com. Ross Chastain said that he hopes he's racing you for wins in the Cup Series for a long time to come. What was going through your mind as you were approaching him, trying to pass him for this win? And do you have any kind of established relationship with Ross?
Yeah, Ross and I have a great relationship. I've talked with him a lot, and we have a mutual understanding of how each other races, and honestly, we work together pretty well on the racetrack. And I knew coming down to the end, I had a tire advantage, and I knew, what was on the line, right? It's a championship, a possible championship on the line right now. And I thought, boy, he's going to be willing to do a lot to get in. And my thoughts were, I need to make sure I am 100% positive that when I break the plane of his bumper, I am going to pass him and don't give him a chance to door bang me down the straightaways or do anything because I knew it was on the line. People are willing to do a lot of things when they're desperate, and when it's a chance like that, that's what the playoff does. The playoffs test your character all the way through, and with the car that I had, I knew I had to be patient and make sure that when I was able to get the run on him, it was going to be good enough to where I can clear him, and I didn't have to worry about him. And that's ultimately what happened. I waited for that chance and took advantage of it in the one.
We'll go next to Jonathan.
Jonathan Field, the racing experts, ESPN Radio Albuquerque. To your point about your character, in 18, 20 this year, you locked him with a win in the first race of the round of 8. Just through your development as a driver, what do you think has made you such a clutch driver in these situations?
I don't think it's just a clutch driver. It's a clutch team. Everybody raises their game, and that's what the playoffs are. I love the playoffs, right? It's just the attitude that we bring to the table as a team is that you love this part of the year because you have the opportunity to just do something great and ultimately win the goal that you set back in February is to win the championship. And you have this opportunity when the playoffs start and you got 10 weeks. This is what it's all about. And I can't help but get excited and love the opportunity to do something great like we did today, right? To have the moment to do something big and really change the outcome of your season possibly. So there's no better feeling than that. And I guess I'm always in constant search for that feeling. I get excited when I win or we win because we try so hard, and everybody does. Everybody's so good. And when there's this much on the line, there's nothing like a playoff victory all the way through. But when you get it in the round of 8, it's the second biggest win of the year.
We'll go next to Jeff, and then we're going to go up to the press box.
Obviously, Ross said he was, he's gone to school on you as the, sort of the master of blocking at these tracks late in a race. So if he makes every block perfect, is there any scenario where he can hold you off because you had so much more speed on those tires?
He couldn't. He did a good job for the 5 or 6 laps that he did, where, I kind of was trying to pull the old bait and switch because, everybody mirror drives at this point and everyone's looking and moving around. And he did a good job at kind of entering low and then fading up. And then the wake's so bad that I thought I was going to have good enough tires to where I can cross the wake and get air back on the nose and get them. Ultimately, wasn't able to do that. So once I kind of realized, okay, I can't do that, and I lost a little bit of time, I was able to gain it back and then see the opportunity of his weaknesses. His weakness was off of 4. Had the opportunity with the lap car in the bottom, go down the middle, get his quarter on the exit of 4, and be able to, like I said, make sure that when I came off of turn 2, he didn't have a chance anymore, right? His run, he wasn't going to have a good enough run, and that's why I felt like I had to be patient because he was doing a good job of holding me back there. I knew he was going to make it hard. I was hoping I can get around the outside of him, but ultimately the inside was going to be the place I had to go because he was doing a good job blocking the top.
Okay, we're going to go up to the press box, and then we'll come down here to Tom.
Krishna@catchfence.com. Joey, is there anything you could take away from the spring race at Phoenix and apply to next month that makes you feel more comfortable or give you guys an advantage, or has the car changed so much throughout the year that you'll rely on the extended practice to help you dial it in?
A little bit of both. We got some time to think about it here and think about things we want to try and practice and things that, we were able to do in the spring. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked at Phoenix yet. It hasn't even been on my radar yet. So it will be tomorrow morning, but not at the moment. I was so focused in on the next, these 3 races in this round. And, now that we can take our focus off of those next 2 and really focus in for the one that really matters. It's a great place to be.
Okay, we're going to go to Tom, and then we'll go to Adam.
Tom Zaleski on Carney today. Joey, 16 laps to go when that final restart came. Was it just a matter of waiting Ross out to make a mistake? Do you knowing that you had enough car, or was it just could there have been too many laps for you at that point to try and run him down? Do you feel like there was enough? The timing was there, and just picking your spot to make the move?
Yeah, the more laps, the better when you get the tires and you're trying to move your way through the field. I was hoping I had enough laps, and it really all comes down to the restart. At that point, if you're carrying forward momentum into turn 3, you're in a pretty good spot. If you get in a bad spot in turn 1 and 2 and you don't carry the momentum on the backstretch and the outside lane blows by you a couple cars, and all of a sudden you put yourself in a bad spot. So it ended up working out to where I had a couple good restarts to be able to cycle ourselves up and ultimately be able to put ourselves in position to get to 3rd or 4th place and then pick off in the last 2.
Next to Adam.
Hi, Joey. Adam Carabine from RacingRefresh.com. You and I spoke yesterday, even before today's race. This was your best track of all the tracks on the schedule right now. You actually had the best average finish out of all the Cup drivers here at Las Vegas. And you said you didn't really know why this place, was so good to you. So you've got another race now under your belt and another win. Have you figured it out?
I got a general idea on some areas that we're good at as a race team and as a driver, some areas as well. So, just like I said, it's been a good track for me from the get-go. Like even when I was horrible at all the racetracks, Vegas was, I think, my first top 10 came here. So it's just been one of those racetracks that has fit my style in the past. And hey, now that it's a very important race in the round of 8, heck yeah, it's great. Let's bring the championship here. This would be a good place for a championship race, wouldn't it?
Phoenix may beg to differ, but you never know.
I know, but think about it. You'd have a hell of a time afterwards. You can go down to the city. It'd be great.
It would be a party.
Marcus would like it.
He would definitely like it. Go to Joe.
Joseph Igo, Cronkite News. Joey, where does today rank kind of given the circumstances behind it, you being able to chase a guy down to head to the championship? where does this kind of rank and stack up to some of the bigger moments of your career?
I'll let you know in a couple weeks. We'll see if we win the championship. Then I'll say it's a pretty important race. But I think it definitely puts us in a good spot. We got a 1 in 4 chance now. I feel like our chances are way better than that. But I do think it'll be interesting to see how the next 2 weeks are like. And, yeah, I'll let you know in Phoenix of how important this one was.
Go next to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. I have a couple questions. If you know, in less than 3 weeks, you could be a 2-time champion. Look, what you've already accomplished as a champion is a fantastic achievement. What does a 2-time champion mean, or what would that mean to be attached to your name if that happens?
I mean, it obviously means a lot. You know, I guess, I mean, you're going to ask me what's it mean to be a 3-time champion if we win in Phoenix, and I say it means the same amount. Like, it's just the goal. I mean, that's all that matters when the season starts. All I care about is winning a championship. That's the number one goal. And when you go through these playoffs, you have to change the way you race. You have to do different things to give yourself a chance to win the big goal. The mission's to win the championship. And yeah, I mean, it's everything. Like this is what we work for. Is there's only one, and it means a lot to have that. And we've been in position. You know, I think of the one we won, but I think of the 4 or 3 we lost. You know, is much or more how close we were. You know, even the last one in 2020 in Phoenix, coming off pit road as the leader and getting a tire vibration in the last run, right, and falling back to 3rd or 4th. Like there's a one that's going to hurt for a while. I still get mad about that. So I'm hoping that this is a redemption for 2020.
And also, we've seen the progression that you guys have made, particularly on 1.5 miles. Earlier in the season, Toyotas were certainly probably by far the strongest. How have you guys gotten to this point to where, I know the tires helped, but still able to be in a position? How did the Homestead test help? I know Paul referenced the Charlotte tire test. Is it just been in that period? Because you've certainly seen the progression you guys have made at some of the bigger tracks throughout the summer.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and especially for the 22 in particular. 12's always been pretty good at the 1.5 miles all year long, but we've been off. Just trying to find the right feel and the right things that I need inside the car to be able to do the moves that I want, like restarts and just be able to carry speed in general. And, you know, I feel like we found some things in Miami that helped and carried over to Texas and now to here to where we have a solid race car to where we can go out there and race for a win. It's, you know, we didn't have that up till here recently. You know, I would have, if you asked me, 4 or 5 weeks ago, well, how did you feel about Vegas? It wasn't very good. I can tell you that much. But after Texas, I felt really good about coming here to Vegas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Well, Joey, congratulations on the win, and we look forward to seeing you at Phoenix Raceway for the NASCAR Cup Series
Heck yeah.
Championship race.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.